Me and Cody have just finished about 6 hours of mentoring. It's been absolutely crazy. Bro, I'm honestly very happy I mentored you because I can tell we're gonna smash it. This is going to be by far the most crazy video that I've ever done on my channel. I have decided to invite a complete beginner over into my house and I'm gonna teach him exactly how to trade just like me, and I guarantee you guys are going to enjoy this video. It's gonna be super educational, it's gonna be super interesting, and I know you're gonna love it. So make sure to stay to the end of the video, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. I'm actually currently writing up a plan for the day so I can make sure to cover everything, and after this is done, then I'm gonna show you guys a bit about how the day is gonna go and get started with the the one-to-one mentoring session. So this is gonna be a crazy video. I'm so excited. I know for a fact that he is going to see crazy results after this day is done. Spending a day with me learning how to trade literally in person is going to be life-changing, and I'm going to document the entire journey on YouTube as well so you guys don't miss out. Let's get straight into the video and I hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, so I'm basically ready to go now. I've got an entire plan for the day written out on a PowerPoint slide, which I'm going to go through with Cody. That's his name, by the way. Shout out to Cody. And yeah, me and Cody are going to be smashing this out for the rest of the day. I've got the plan all written out, so I know everything that I'm going to be covering, from the basic stuff like candlesticks to the more advanced stuff like supply and demand, weekly profiling and market structure. All of that stuff we're going to cover in this one-to-one lesson, and I know that by the end of it, his understanding of trading is going to be so good that I'm so confident he's going to do well. A little bit about how I actually met Cody as well is I was in the gym, I asked him for a spot, and then it turned out that he asked me, what do I do? I told him I'm a trader, and then he said, okay, wow, I want to learn how to trade as well, can you teach me? And from him putting in the action and taking that leap of faith to ask me what I do, he's now going to be learning how to trade with me in my house, and I know he's going to see some crazy results because of it. Now the first thing I wanted to cover was of course going to be the basic stuff. So I went over a bit about how to find out when there's news, because obviously when we're trading we want to avoid high impact news or else we could lose a lot of money. So I covered the news, I covered candlesticks, I covered everything, and then we went on to understanding the Asian session. The most important thing is that all you have basically to look at before you take a trade is the Asian range. And that's literally it. So whenever I take a trade, I'm only waiting to see if the Asian range high or low is taken. Before that, I don't do anything. Yeah. So that's good, bro. All of that having being bookmarked is just easy, because now every time you go on the chart, you got to press that calculator and then calculate the lot size. And as you can see right here, it was only about an hour into the session and he was already understanding how I trade. It's very, very simple. Keep it simple, guys, and do not overcomplicate trading. Yep. Then go there, work out how much the risk, position size, and then you go on your phone, and only when you know the risk, then you put in the lot size on your phone. With the stop loss as well. With the stop loss, 100%. Literally just focus on the wicks here. This what you're looking at? Yeah. Today, obviously it's a Friday, and you can see we got news in 55 minutes on GE. But the fact is we see wicks, and then the market is likely to reverse in the other direction. Then at this point, I was just explaining to him the importance of candlesticks and wicks. Wicks are super important in trading. Wicks are basically going to tell you that the market is reversing. When you see lots of wicks coming from a supply or demand area, it's a great sign that sellers are losing their power or buyers are losing their power, and the market is likely to reverse. So boys, me and Cody have been smashing it out. So far we've covered the basics of trading view and everything like that. And then we just done some candlesticks as well. I'm just teaching him about wick rejections and everything from key levels, going over basic stuff about, bullish and bearish pin bars. But what a lot of people don't do is they don't even look at the basics. And this is super important to do. You need to make sure that you are looking at the basics in trading. And that's why today I'm going to cover everything, right? So we're just doing the basics now, but I guarantee you when it comes to doing more detailed stuff like, liquidity, supply and demand, that understanding the basics will help him out massively. So how are you finding it so far?
So far, I'm finding it 100% informative. I've been trading on and off for around 3 years, but I've never found consistency. And even in this session we've done now, I've cleared up a few things that I've needed to clarify. Dissecting candles, wicks, bodies, and just literally diving into the chart and dissecting candles and dissecting the price action.
And Asian range as well? Is that making sense?
100%.
The reason why we put on Asian range is just because it makes the charts more simple to understand.
100%.
So
without it, it's just where I didn't have the Asian range on, it's just a big blur. You don't know what you're looking at. You don't know highs. You don't know lows.
Yes.
you need it for clarification, 100%.
Now I started teaching him a bit about market structure. Market structure is of course super important in trading, because if you don't have a good understanding of market structure, it's going to be so difficult for you to know where the market is going, and you're not going to have a good bias. Therefore, we want to spend a lot of time on market structure, and it's something that, you know, people don't really like to spend time actually understanding, or if they do understand it, they don't understand it as well as they could, okay? And that's why I want to spend a lot of time really going over it with him, showing him some good examples on the charts, bullish and bearish and change of characters, all of these different types of markets. He's going to have a great understanding of it by the time I'm done.
So we're trending down, yeah?
Yeah. Then we come up again.
And then we come up
yes,
again.
and break past it. That's the change of character, bro.
That's
the change of character.
the change of character.
Yes, that's the one. This is the low we want to see broken in order for the downtrend to continue.
And we haven't seen it.
But we haven't seen it. So it's like indication that maybe we're going to start to see some consolidation, right?
Yeah.
And then some sort of reversal. Push up. So me and Cody have just finished about 6 hours of mentoring. It's been absolutely crazy. I basically taught him everything so far about what I know, and he's going to come back again on Tuesday. We're going to cover a few final bits, just kind of touch up on everything. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to send him some sort of assignments so that he can kind of go home, practice, and then on Tuesday we can kind of go over everything that he's practiced himself, make sure he's understanding it to a good level. And then, you know, if he needs any extra help, then I'll be there to help him out. He's got my number, he can message me, he can call me, and then from there on, hopefully he's going to see some good results. So, how have you found today, bro?
I found today very informative. Like I said, I have traded before. I've been on and off maybe 2-3 years, but I've never found consistency. And some of the stuff that we've gone through today, so change your character, breaker structures, supply and demand zones, very simple stuff, but you have to understand it to be able to know where you are in the market and to be able to become profitable or have any kind of profit in the market. So for the past 2-3 years, I've just wasted time, and the 6-7 hours that we've been together today, I've clarified and confirmed a lot of things for my trading to move forward. So very good today, very informative.
I just got to say, bro, like, I've worked with quite a few people in the past and you're doing well. Like, I can tell you're going to smash it.
Yep,
a big thing with people when they try and learn how to trade, guys, is they learn and they don't take it seriously, or, you know, they might pay for a course but never actually get around to doing the course.
Yep.
And then they think it's a scam, or they don't think it's
Everyone
real.
thinks Forex is a scam.
Everyone thinks it's a scam, bro.
It's not a scam.
But it's not a scam.
No.
You just need to put in the hard work like Cody did today,
Yeah, 100%.
and then you'll see results at some point in time, right?
100%.
So,
and we'll meet up Tuesday. We'll go through it all again, like we said.
yeah.
And clarify a few things
Yeah.
if I'm missing anything like that. And yeah, like you said, you're going to send me some homework, some assignments, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, man. Well, bro,
Yeah.
great to have you here today, and I'll see you on Tuesday.
Yes, man. Thank you.
All right, so today is Tuesday and Cody's now back in the house. We're going to go over everything one more time. He actually took the same trade as me yesterday, which is honestly amazing because he's literally been learning how to trade for one day. So the fact he took the same trade as me is insane. And I'm going to quickly go over that trade, explain to him my reasoning for the trade, and then I can see his reasoning for the trade, make sure they're, you know, aligned with each other. And then I'm going to go over a bit of liquidity because I haven't even touched on liquidity. So the fact he even took that trade based on liquidity, which I haven't even taught him, is mad because, like, I haven't taught you that, have I?
No, you haven't. No.
So, yeah.
So I've literally, my theory behind the trade, I've entered on the Asian high being swept. So we've discussed the Asian high, the Asian low. We've discussed a tiny bit about liquidity, but we haven't gone into detail with it. Changing character, breaker structure. So I've just literally seen the Asian high be swept. I've looked for a precise entry point, and I've entered the trade that way. I've also got take profit zones by looking at previous zones. So I've got my take profit set. I've got everything set, and I had full confidence in the trade. So I had a take profit, I had a stop loss, and I had a good entry.
And that's the thing, you didn't have a stop loss before, right?
Before I was trading with no stop loss, so I had no confidence in the trades that I was taking. So it's more, you can look at it more in a gambling way. Whereas now, I've set the trade, I've been confident with it, and it's gone in my favour.
I actually called this trade in my community as well. So it was a crazy day yesterday. That trade passed me a 200k account. Show us how it's done.
Okay, cool. So we're on the 15-minute chart, GU. I'm looking at the Asian session, okay. I'm going to mark out the highs and the lows, and I'm just going to mark this here. Here's a supply zone.
Yep.
Yep. I'm going to extend that a little bit just to get the wick in.
Now at this point I was really impressed with his progress. It was only our second session and he was already understanding exactly how I trade and was able to basically catch the exact same trade as me, literally after teaching him for only 1 day before this.
Key point of interest, which is this supply zone. We've had the Asian low swept, okay? We're in the supply zone. Now we're going to wait for this to be tapped into, for our supply zone to be tapped into, yeah?
So his progress is insane. At this point, I genuinely did think he was going to do extremely well. So you guys will see how he does in the next couple of videos, because I'm definitely going to continue to work with him and hopefully get him to the point where he seriously is doing this full time, as I'm sure he will be. Yep, that's the one.
Yep, perfect. Now I'm actually going to look for a change of character.
So we're going from the upside, change character to the downside.
Sorry, to the downside, yeah. So, yeah. So this is like our entry point. So once you've had the change of character, this is a strong confluence, like for our entry point. Right, so now we're waiting for a change of character. I'm going to say it's something alongside here, I'm going to say.
Yeah, use the path to and see.
Yeah, I'm going to use it from here. So we're going up, coming down, coming up, coming down, okay? And let me just replay this a second.
Nice,
really, we want this broken.
Yep.
Again, so it's come up tested. So any stop hunts up there, it would have been took out.
Yep.
So this is why we're looking for the change of character as a stronger confluence.
Exactly, bro. It just tells us basically that the market is definitely reversing.
Yep. Again, we need patience because we're still not there.
Yep.
Bam. This is it. Oh, no, it's not. Fake out. Okay. Again, no.
And it's always useful as well to probably draw out your line.
Yeah.
So maybe draw the line from, I believe, this low, all the way across. This low, all the way across. And we want to see a clean break below this low.
Okay, just as a guideline, yeah?
Just as a guideline.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so this
point,
is it.
Yeah.
This is our entry point.
Yeah.
Yeah? Correct. So we've seen this candle close below this. Okay, so it's a clear change of character. So yes, we would get our entry points in here. I'd go now to the 15-minute just to look for wick rejections.
Beautiful.
Okay, so let me just extend this just to make it easier for ourselves. Yeah? Bam, wick rejections. Clear selling pressure is coming in.
Exactly.
Okay, so now we'd get our entry, we'd set our stops above here.
Yep.
See this wick like this, I'd actually set the stop a bit higher just to be on the safe side, same as what you do. And we would target liquidity, which would be down here. So where would we be targeting?
That's it.
And I think we looked previously and it was a 1 to 3.
Yeah, you
and
can draw
played
it
that.
on, bro. So I go to the 1 minute and then put where you'd enter, put the stop loss. So the entry when you take it will be on the 1 minute.
Right.
But you want to kind of flick between the 15 and the 1, just so you can know that there is some rejection on the 15 as well.
Yep.
So for example, we did see a close below this, and even though it's not the strongest close in the world, it's not a massive close, but at the same time, the 15-minute was giving us a really nice rejection. Yep. So for me, that's enough reasoning.
The wick was
a really strong reason to take the trade. So
and it's the best out of a bad bunch there. Let's be honest. It has clearly closed below it.
And you'll see after then selling pressure did kick in. At this point right here, stops above
just
the high.
above that. Yep.
Right. Target, like you said already, would be all the way down here. This is the low.
Low liquidity. I mean, when you're looking on a 1 minute, it's hard to see that. You need to zoom out so you can. In the 1 minute, it looks like it's unobtainable. You're not getting there, but you are getting there. You need to.
I'll go on the 15 and play it out, but you can see there clear change of character now. Even if you entered a little bit late, just to get a bit more confirmation, let's say here.
And look, broke that.
It's not the end of the world. Your stop loss is still only 8 pips. And then if let's just say we did take this trade, we can now go to the 15. Now the target is easy to spot here, out on the 15.
Yeah, liquidity.
Target there, and it will give us about a 1 to 3.
1 to 3.
Just there.
Perfect.
Beautiful trade, bro. And that gets smashed. Yeah, perfect explanation, bro.
Yes,
amazing. Bro. Right, guys. So that mentorship session is now done. We've gone over basically everything: strategy, liquidity, supply and demand, market structure, everything. Even like just a bit of psychology on how to kind of like not overtrade as well. So it's all covered. I think you're gonna smash it, mate. I'm not gonna lie.
100%.
Like, bro, I'm honestly very happy I mentored you because I can tell you're gonna smash it.
100%.
And I'm going to Bangkok in like 2 weeks, unfortunately, so I won't be able to like do any more in person with him. But you know, we can do lots of calls and everything. We'll stay in touch, bro. Literally. He's got a plan now to follow. Kind of just down to him to replicate it, practice it, And I've told him as well that, you know, you're not going to be profitable straight away. You're going to have to practice.
Yep.
But eventually, bro, if you keep practicing, then you will see results over time, right?
100%.
Because you know what you got to do. You just need to practice now, and then you'll get there.
Do it.
Before having the call with me, or the mentoring, you were unprofitable, right? Like you didn't really know what you were doing.
I was in the markets, but I wasn't actively trading in the markets. I was more so gambling. I would call it gambling, is what I was doing. I'd been on and off trading for maybe 2-3 years. I'd trade, but I'd stop for 6 months, 4 months, 3 months at a time, on, off. What I've learned in this one-to-one mentoring has completely changed the way I view the markets. When you don't really know what you're doing on the charts, it's very overwhelming. You can open TradingView and you're just very overwhelmed, causing you to take terrible trades, to trade in the wrong direction, to possibly even trade in the right direction. So now for myself, when I come onto TradingView, I'm not sitting there overwhelmed on the laptop. I'm sitting there, I've got a step-by-step plan, which everybody, if you're trading in the markets, you need a step-by-step plan, you need structure. You can't go there and say, oh, if this happens, I might do that, or actually, if it reverses, I'll do this. You need a step-by-step plan, you need to stick to it. Now, that's the main thing for me, is to be confident. When I go into the market, I know where I'm starting, so I'm targeting. I'm looking at Asian sessions, I'm looking at liquidity sweeps, I've got demand zones, I've got supply zones. I know in regards to what particular candles I'm looking at for if it's a bullish or bearish. And it's peace of mind. This is what you've taught me through this is peace of mind. I'm not got to be on the chart stressed, not knowing what I'm doing, because that causes you to either not trade or you're going to gamble your account. Or you're not going to trade it at all, and you're not going to make money, and you're going to say, oh, I tried Forex, it didn't work, this, that. You need a clear structure, you need a clear plan, which we've gone through from A to Z, and I'm completely happy.
And if anyone wants to speak to Cody about his experience, you can send him a DM. I'll put his Instagram somewhere on the screen. Give him a follow, guys, because he'll be a trader soon. I'm sure.
100%.
Thanks for watching, boys, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. Bosh. Jeez, thank you, bro. Fuck.
Yes, bro. Is that good or not?
Yeah, 6.